What's going on, guys? It's your boy CMB, back in the building, back with another video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Now, let's get into this one really quickly, guys. So we're just coming off of that fight last night, an epic showdown. Tyson the Gypsy King Fury, Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder 3, guys, lived up to the hype. All the controversy surrounding this fight, the build-up, it was a great showdown, epic. It's going to go down in history, guys. It's one of the greatest heavyweight fights in history, guys. No doubt in my mind. Both of these guys put it on the line last night, so I got to take my hat off to both gentlemen. Want to congratulate Tyson Fury once more, guys, for defeating Deontay Wilder, knocking Deontay Wilder out in devastating fashion in the 11th round, retaining his WBC heavyweight title. He's the lineal champion as well, and you can't take that away from him. Yeah, you got to give him his props. He is the man right now in the heavyweight division, in my opinion. Deontay Wilder, hold your head up, bro. Nothing to be ashamed of. You went in there, you gave it your best shot, you did not quit. Even though you got knocked out in the fight, you put it all on the line, and that's all any boxing fan could ask for, is that you gave it your all. You know, I said this in the previous trilogy, the previous match, the second fight after Deontay Wilder lost the fight. You know, sometimes people just have your number, man, and Tyson Fury clearly had Deontay Wilder's number, but that doesn't diminish what Deontay Wilder has done in the sport. And hopefully Deontay Wilder continues his career. There's a lot of great fights out there for Deontay Wilder. You know, sometimes, you know, like I said, some guys just have your number. Tyson Fury is a big, strong heavyweight, guys. He's 6'9", he's damn near 300 pounds, and you know, a guy like that's hard to beat. And I know Wilder said that Tyson Fury, you know, doesn't have any power, but that's not true. And I've said that in previous videos. You have a man that's big as Tyson Fury. You know, he gets with Sugar Hill Stewart. Sugar Hill shows him how to sit down on those punches and make them count. And it showed last night because he knocked Wilder out. You know, we talked a lot about Tyson Fury being pill-fisted, but that was not the case. A 300-pound man hitting you, I don't care. It's gonna hurt, and it's gonna put you down. And it put Wilder down in the 11th round, even though he gave it his best shot. He gave it all he had. He left it on the table, but you know, he came up short. But anyway, guys, outside of Tyson Fury having a brilliant game plan going into the fight last night, I think it was some more reasons that Wilder, you know, lost his fight. I think the first reason was abandoning the game plan that Malik Scott had implemented for him. You know, it showed in the first round, you know, the new wrinkles in his game. He was going to Tyson Fury's body, jabbing to the body, sending right hands to the body, and you can see it was giving Tyson Fury problems. I think if Wilder would have stuck to that over the rounds, it would have broke down Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury wasn't in the greatest of shape. You know, he looked flabby around the midsection, but it seemed when Wilder got knocked down in the third round, he completely abandoned that plan, and he reverted right back to what he knows best. Chucking the right hand, not setting it up, not hiding it behind the jab, and Tyson Fury saw it coming a mile away, loading up on those right hands, and he got tired very, very quickly after that. And I noticed after he got knocked down, he had that wobbly look again. He wasn't very steady. He seemed to be punch drunk, and he just did not seem to recover after that first knockdown. And it was evident. And Wilder doesn't have a poker face, guys. You can see it all over his face when he's in trouble, when he's tired. I think the extra added muscle was another thing that was a demise for Deontay Wilder last night. He seemed to get winded very, very quickly. Now, I wasn't sure how it was going to be going into this fight. seeming to me that he had a lot more time to get acclimated to the new weight. He brought in a nutritionist, of course, and I thought this might be a difference maker this time, but the extra added weight just seemed to work against Wilder, in my opinion. He seemed to be a lot slower than normal with his punches. He just didn't seem like the same guy when he's a little lighter. He's wiry and he's moving around a lot more. It took a lot of energy out of him. And I think another thing, Wilder not listening to Malik Scott in the corner, and not just picking on Wilder about this. A lot of fighters do this. They don't listen to their corner man. They'll go back and the trainer tells them what to do, and they get out there and they do the total opposite. And I think Wilder was doing that as well. Another thing, Wilder not having his hands up. Wilder having his chin in the air, not moving his head, not doing any head movement. I thought that was a detriment. Every time he would throw one of those right hands, he would get countered by Tyson Fury, and it just seems like a bomb hitting him every time, one of those hands from Tyson Fury connected. And I know a lot of people say Tyson Fury is pillow-fisted, but I'm gonna say it again. A man that's damn near 300 pounds, as big as he is, 6'9", hitting you with a right hand, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it, and as you can see, Deontay Wilder felt it. He knocked Deontay Wilder out in the 11th round. He dropped Deontay Wilder, I think, in the 3rd round, and I think he dropped him in the 10th round, if I'm not mistaken. Almost turned him inside out in the 10th round. So, even though you've heard Wilder say that Tyson Fury doesn't have any power, I gotta beg to differ from that. So there you have it, guys. I think Deontay Wilder, I think Tyson Fury just had his number. I said it in the last fight, after the last fight. Sometimes some fighters just have your number, and you just can't beat them. He's beaten Deontay Wilder twice now. The first fight was a draw. Some people even think that Tyson Fury won the 3rd fight. But I will say it again, Deontay Wilder has nothing to be ashamed of. He went out there and he went out on his shield. There was, nothing, no controversy in this fight. Nobody can complain and say that there was cheating going on. The better man won last night. And you just have to deal with it. I know a lot of people, some of the boxing channels out here are having a hard time dealing with this. Sometimes your man doesn't win. I was rooting for Wilder last night, but I know, when a guy loses a fight, I know how to be gracious in defeat. Give the other man his props, because he deserves it. He put on a brilliant performance last night. Tyson Fury is he's a good fighter, guys. He's a great fighter, in my opinion. I think he's a great fighter, and he showed a lot of heart in the ring, getting up from that right hand that Deontay Wilder knocked him down with, I think, twice in the 3rd round. He showed a lot of heart as well. So hats off to both fighters. I'm just a little bit disappointed that when Tyson Fury went over to Wilder, that Wilder didn't receive Tyson Fury's invitation as well. Deontay Wilder didn't want anything to do with Tyson Fury. I just, as good as this fight was, as long as this trilogy went on, I think, they should have some type of mutual respect for one another. The fight's over, let's make up, shake hands, the better man won. So that, I was kind of disappointed in that. And I did hear Wilder, I think he did break a bone in his right hand, if I'm not mistaken. I noticed it last night, him fiddling with it during the fight. He kept messing with his glove there, and I thought something was wrong with his hand, but he didn't make any excuses for that. We haven't really heard Deontay Wilder say anything, but he put it all on the line, so that's all I can ask of him. Tyson Fury, congratulations on retaining your WBC heavyweight title, Ring Magazine lineal champion. Sky's the limit for that guy. So you guys tell me what you think about the fight last night. What reasons do you think Deontay Wilder lost the fight? outside of, Tyson Fury just having the better game plan? Let me know in the comment section, guys. It's the CMB. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. And I'm out. Peace.